All right, everybody. Let me frame this camera back up. Okay, so hopefully you are having a wonderful Tuesday night. So it is the beginning of December here. So usually there's always going to be a storm system kind of lurking out there somewhere here or there. And so we have two of them to look at over the next 10 days. One that's going to be impacting us as we go into the weekend, and then another that will impact us as we go into next week. And next week, you'll notice there are a lot of storm chances in there, or rain chances, starting on Tuesday, lasting all the way until the end of next week. That one we're going to have to watch closely. But for Oklahoma, the storm system that's coming in, what's going on there, Jack? The storm system that's likely going to impact us as we go into Friday and Saturday is beginning to look a little bit drier for us. So let me show you kind of the specs on that one here. Let me show you how this one's looking to evolve as it comes in here. Gotta make a couple clicks. Okay, so we go into Friday afternoon. And Friday afternoon, it looks like we'll get a little bit of moisture that's going to start popping up here, coming like this east of I-35. Not really a whole lot. And then that will begin to slide to the east. And going into Saturday, there you basically have it. Snow out across Kansas, rain and storms down to southeast. And by the way, there will be some severe weather that we'll have to watch for as we go into Saturday with that system here. The Storm Prediction Center, they've been kind of highlighting this, and it does include at least a southeastern section of Oklahoma, but there is a slight risk for severe weather for southeastern Oklahoma, East Texas, Arkansas, going into Louisiana. So risk for severe weather is there. Then this is what the Euro model is picking up on as we go into next week. Another storm system that looks to dig down in here as we go into next Tuesday night and into early Wednesday. So that shows rain across western Oklahoma and then snow out across Kansas. And it kind of just hangs around for a bit. We go into Wednesday afternoon. This shows rain for central western Oklahoma, rain and possibly even a snow mix there out across western Oklahoma as well. We get some rain into central Oklahoma, more snow out across the west, just a few passing waves of rain. And then even as we go into next Friday, still dealing with rain. Now, will this forecast change? Yes, obviously it will. What we're going to have to watch is if this system stays closed off or if it opens up into a wave and just swings on through here. And that right there will basically determine how fast it ends and how heavy the moisture is. But if we're to take the Euro at its word for the amount of liquid coming out of it, the amount of rain looks like pretty nice. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this ends up verified, just because this would be a pretty impressive storm for us for December if this were to happen. So I know it's hard to see these. Let me see if I can blow these numbers up just a bit. I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but that right there would show about 2.5 inches of rain for next week for Oklahoma City. That's 3.5 to almost 5 inches of rain for southern and southwestern Oklahoma. Widespread 1 to 2 inches of rain for western and northern Oklahoma. Panhandle about a half inch, and considerably less going into eastern Oklahoma. So that right there is just kind of a brief snippet. Let me show you one thing, though, that I like to do when I see these type of systems coming in here. It's called ensemble forecasting. And what that will do is that will take that particular storm like that and basically run it out a bunch of different times to see, like, okay, let's say there's an error that gets ingested into the weather models. What happens to the amount of snow? Or the amount of rain? Is it still the same? So if you ensemble it, you'll notice here that the heavier rains in central and eastern Oklahoma. So we'll have to watch this one pretty closely. It's why I'm not really putting out rain totals that far out. But just know that does look a little bit wetter as we go into next week. Again, that green right there would be about a half inch to about 1 inch for central and going into eastern Oklahoma. So there's still a lot to watch for. But the Climate Prediction Center has referenced this in their 8 to 14 day rain outlook here. You'll see here, 8 to 14 day rain outlook. there's a good chance for us being wetter than normal for Oklahoma and Texas. So there's definitely like a lot of data coming together that would say it looks like we probably will be getting wet. We hope as we go into next week. Layla says, how many inches will we see in northwestern Oklahoma for rainfall? Obviously, pretty too soon to say. If we went with the NBM approach here, let me just see here. The NBM, by the way, stands for National Blend of Models. So basically, it averages all the data together and gives us, well, you know what? It doesn't even go that far out yet. No, it doesn't go that far out yet to pick up on it. Let me see if this picks up on it. No, you know what? Yeah, we'll have to see. I wish I had a better answer for you. Jack, there will not be a tornado risk on Saturday. Not here, at least. Not here. What are we supposed to get and stay below freezing all day? Oh, one of those days. It's what we need is an air mass change in here. Let me go here. Let me pop this up. So what we need is long range. Including the Euro, Lisa. The Euro had y'all about 1 inch. That's just one run, though. That's just one run. We'll have to see. Okay. Someone's asking about like a bit of a like air mass change. I don't think I see any air mass changes coming in here. Oh, maybe around mid-January. That would indicate mid-January. Does the SPC predict snow or severe weather? They actually do both. They will issue mesoscale outlooks for winter storms and blizzards and stuff like that. So they do both. By the way, I made a graphic earlier, and this one's pretty interesting since we're talking about snow. Did you know that there are different parts of the United States that need different criteria for a winter storm to be issued? So how much snow is necessary in Oklahoma for us to have a winter storm warning issued? So for most of Oklahoma, it's 4 inches. Southeastern Oklahoma needs 3 inches, and the Panhandle needs 5 inches of snow for a winter storm warning to be issued. Obviously, there are a lot of different numbers. Why the changes out here? Well, it all has to do with what the cities are equipped for, what the regions are equipped for when it comes to heavy snow. You can see here much of the northern plains, upper Midwest, they need half a foot of snow. And these start getting into the mountains of Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, and they need a lot more. Anywhere between about a foot up to 18 inches. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anywhere between about a foot up to 18 inches of snow is necessary. So I made this graphic earlier. Just kind of thought we, could kind of get a refresher on just how much snow is necessary for winter storm. Because there were some changes, by the way, to winter storm warnings and how much, it used to be that like we needed 4 inches of snow in a 24-hour period. Now it's basically just 4 inches of snow out of a single storm. Katie says, whoa, 18 inches, no thank you. Yeah, there's a reason why they need 18 inches of snow in the Wasatch Range of Utah. Is because the moisture content is so low. It is a very fluffy snow, and it piles up pretty quickly. If you've ever seen a Utah license plate, I have a couple of them, but one of them does say greatest snow on earth. Now, Lisa, I did not promise no snow. I did not promise no snow. I don't know where I said the odds were not in our favor, but definitely I definitely did not promise that there would not be any snow. Looking at the long range though, temperature outlook wise, let me go over here. Looks like we get another storm system that tracks across the south, which is why we are below average. But again, we're below average because of rain and clouds, not because of like a cold air mass. And that's because look how mild it is. It is pretty warm out across Kansas. When is snow predicted? So as of right now, I would say mid next week we'll watch it for rain snow mix. I'm keeping the rain snow mix way out across the Panhandle. Cold rain for the main body of the state. Otherwise, so the week of Christmas, we are cooler than normal. It looks like a storm track will favor the south. Let's see if we're wetter than normal during this period as well. Looks like we may be, yeah, there may be a storm system coming in here. We'll watch it. We'll definitely keep a close eye on that one. Okay, so gonna get ready to jump on TV. KOCO 5 News begins in just a few minutes. Anyways, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you on TV.